Attention passionate Cleveland, BROWNS. Latest news, something big is happening in the AFC North and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Cleveland Browns' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Cleveland Browns fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your FRINDS and Cleveland, BROWNS. Let's get to the news now, Browns fans. You know how roller coaster this season has been. Just when we thought we might see a glimpse of hope after a promising Week 7 game against the Dolphins, things took a nosedive in Week 8 with a devastating loss to the Patriots. It's like deja vu all over again. The frustration, the disappointment, it's all back, and you can see it in the players' faces, especially in Myles Garrett. This guy, the heart and soul of Cleveland's defense, has been battling not just the opposition but also the mental toll of this tough season. And folks, it's not just talk. I mean, you saw what happened in the final moments of that game, right? Garrett, in the midst of a career day that saw him rack up 5 sacks against the promising quarterback Drake May, was visibly frustrated. I mean, he was battling the Patriots, offense all game long, and when the clock hit those final 2 minutes, you could see the frustration boil over. Garrett, who's been a cornerstone for the Browns' defense, threw his helmet down in anger and later was seen kneeling alone on the sideline, away from the team. That's a raw, honest reaction from a guy who wants to win so badly it hurts. And when you look at Garrett's situation, it's even more telling. This is a guy in his 9th season, at 30 years old, who has only 3 playoff games under his belt. You can't ignore the fact that Cleveland has struggled at nearly every level during his tenure, whether it's the inconsistent quarterback play, the cap constraints, or the overall team performance. Just 9 months ago, Garrett demanded a trade, expressing his desire to play for a contender, for a team that could really give him a shot at a Super Bowl. The Browns responded by giving him a huge $160 million contract, a clear sign that they valued him and wanted him to stay. But, as we all know, signing a big contract doesn't automatically turn things around. And as the 2-6 record now shows, the team is still caught in this cycle of mediocrity, which can be incredibly frustrating for a player like Garrett who's used to dominating on the field and competing at the highest level. But it's not just about the game's outcome, it's about the mental and emotional toll it takes. Garrett, in his post-game comments and even during the game, has been very clear that he hates coming out in situations where he feels he can do more. That feeling of helplessness, especially when the game feels out of reach, is something that's eating at him. You could see it in his words. He's frustrated, he's eager to contribute, and he's hungry for victories. Even after a game where he had an exceptional day, the disappointment in losing and the inability to change the course of that game weighed heavily on him. Garrett said he wants to be part of the solution, that he's not content just standing on the sidelines or watching from the bench when he knows he can make a difference. That's the kind of leadership and passion Browns fans love, but it also underscores the frustration of being in a team that's struggling to find consistency and success. Now, Browns head coach Kevin Stefanski, when asked about Garrett's helmet toss, emphasized that it's a sign of frustration but also a call for resilience. He said, "It's time for leaders to show resolve." And you know what? That's exactly what Garrett embodies. Stefanski's message was clear. Everyone is frustrated, but the key is to channel that frustration into motivation, into resilience. This team, despite its struggles, needs to show mental toughness, especially in these tough times. Stefanski believes that the leadership on this team, including Garrett, will step up and show that resolve, that mental strength required to turn things around in the second half of the season. And you have to admire Garrett's honesty. He's not hiding his feelings. He admitted he was frustrated in that moment, and it's obvious that the losing streak is wearing on him. But what's important is that he's also aware of the bigger picture. He knows that he's part of this team, that he signed that big contract because he believed in the Browns' potential. And he's not giving up on that. Instead, he's channeling his frustration into a desire to improve, to push this team forward. He said, "We got to own where we are, and that's a mature perspective, even if it's born from disappointment." Garrett's words show that he's committed to the process, to the challenge ahead, and he's eager to see how the team responds after their bye week. The Browns are now entering a crucial phase of the season. With 9 games remaining, 5 of which will be played at home, the opportunity is there for this team to turn things around. Garrett's leadership will be vital in that. He's been a force on the field, but now more than ever, he needs to be a voice in the locker room, inspiring his teammates to keep fighting, to keep believing. The upcoming games are going to be a real test of character for Cleveland. The AFC North is a fiercely competitive division, and with teams like Baltimore, Cincinnati, and Pittsburgh all vying for playoff spots, every game counts even more. The Browns need to find consistency on offense, tighten up their defense, and most importantly, develop that resilience that Garrett and other leaders are talking about. Now, speaking of the trade deadline approaching next Tuesday, it's a hot topic among fans and analysts. Will the Browns make a move? Will they try to shake things up? Well, from what we're hearing, it's unlikely they'll be trading Garrett. This guy is seen as a cornerstone, a leader, and someone who still has plenty left in the tank. The team's management is aware of his importance, especially given his leadership qualities and his ability to make game-changing plays. So, Browns fans, you can rest assured that Garrett's not going anywhere. The focus now is on how this team can rally, how they can take that frustration and turn it into a catalyst for growth. And that's where the big challenge lies. This team, with all its talent and potential, has to find that mental toughness. They have to learn how to handle adversity, how to stay united in tough times, and how to push forward even when the odds seem stacked against them. Garrett's message is clear. Own where you are, embrace the challenge, and use frustration as fuel. That's the mindset that separates good teams from great ones. The Browns have the talent, they have the players, but now they need that mental edge to become the team they aspire to be. Looking ahead, fans should be optimistic but also realistic. The second half of the season is where legends are made. It's when teams show their true character. Garrett, as one of the leaders, will be pivotal in that. His performance on the field, combined with his leadership off the field, can be the difference maker in how this season unfolds. The Browns have already shown flashes of brilliance, and with players like Garrett leading the charge, there's hope that they can turn this around and make a serious push for the playoffs. But it's not just about individual effort. It's about unity, resilience, and a relentless desire to improve every single week. And remember, Browns fans, this team has a rich history of overcoming adversity. Despite the struggles, despite the setbacks, Cleveland is known for its resilience and fighting spirit. Garrett's journey reflects that same spirit. He's been through ups and downs, demanded a trade, signed a massive contract, and now he's showing us all that true leaders don't back down when times get tough. They rise to the occasion, they lead by example, and they inspire those around them to do the same. And if there's one thing we know, it's that this team has the talent and the heart to turn things around. It's just a matter of how much mental toughness they can summon in the coming weeks. So, Browns fans, keep the faith. This season is far from over, and there's still a lot of football left to play. The journey to a possible playoff run is filled with challenges, but also with opportunities. Garrett is a symbol of that fighting spirit, a reminder that even in the darkest moments, a leader can shine brightest. The team's response after their bye week will be crucial. Will they come back stronger, more united, with a renewed sense of purpose? That's what we're all hoping for. And as fans, we need to stay loud, stay proud, and support our team through every high and low. Because that's what Browns fans do. We believe in this team, in its potential, and in the never-say-die attitude that has defined Cleveland for generations. And now, Cleveland Browns fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on Garrett's recent reaction? Do you think this team can turn things around? How do you see the second half of the season playing out? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Browns. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Cleveland Browns news. Keep the faith, stay passionate, and let's keep pushing forward together. This season isn't over yet, and with leaders like Garrett stepping up, there's still hope for a brighter future in Cleveland.